Hi, it's Brendan Lumgear, the Sleep Guru, and this is my video blog about winning the war of art, breaking through the blocks and win your own creative battles. This book's by Steven Pressfield, the guy who wrote the movie The Legend of Bagger Vance. Remember the golfing movie with Will Smith? Yeah, so it's about 3:30 in the afternoon now, and I've kind of hit a low point in the day. You know, energy is low about 3 o'clock. That's why it's a good time to take a nap between 3 and 4. And I just hit an inner block of resistance. I was thinking about a title for my book today. I'm kind of still on the fence about it. Not sure exactly what to do. Maybe you guys can help me out with that later. But what I started to do is look at a bunch of these other books I got from the library. On the day that I drove out of the city, I stopped by the library and got a whole bunch of sleep books now and DVDs. Now, these books they're all good. They have their own message, but it's not my message. And I had to ask myself, well, why am I getting all these books? Am I going out to the cabin to consume content? Or am I going out to the cabin to create content? So that's a distinction there. For a lesson in living your dreams is to be aware that you're not consuming too much content, and yet you're actually redirecting your energy into creating content. So anyways, these books here are all well and good, but actually as I started to look at the titles and read the back of them, I didn't even crack them open, but I started to compare myself to these authors. It's kind of a natural human thing to do, is compare ourselves. So I was looking at the titles, the subtitles, and I'm like, well, these guys have written a lot of this stuff before. It's like, who else? Lots of people, there's lots of good sleep stuff out there. Why do I need to approach this? And what came to me is whenever I start thinking that way, my wife Christine reminds me, well, have you go to the bookstore and look in the diet section of the bookstore? And I have done that before, and literally there are rows upon rows upon rows of books in the diet and nutrition section. Well, just diet. I don't even talk about nutrition. Diets. And if there's room for 10,000 diet books plus 100,000 diet ebooks on the internet, there's definitely room for another sleep book in the sleep section, because actually it's a pretty small, narrow section of the bookstore, even though it affects about 30% of the population. That's why I'm writing this book. But the thing is, don't compare yourself to others when you're living your dreams. You got to remember to run your own race. This is your own message. Remember to write from your heart. I remember writing papers in philosophy when I was doing my degree in philosophy in college. And a lot of the papers, some of the papers, I would kind of look at it at the end of it and go, well, this is just a bunch of quotes from other famous philosophers that I've kind of patched together to support my argument. It doesn't feel like there's a lot of me in this paper. And I'd hand it in or whatever. But the papers I loved the most were the ones where it was like 99% my original inspired content, thoughts, experiences, explorations, and like 1% quotes from other people. So that's how I like to write now. I write from my own experience. I feel like that's the only place any of us can really write or teach or present from. And use books, use other books. They're important. I think more just for getting scientific or statistical data, and less about actually the content or the lessons learned. They're your lessons learned. They're your inner gifts to give. So stick to that. How does this relate to sleep? Well, your sleep tip's the same thing. Don't compare yourself to others. Even if your husband or your sister or whomever can sleep 6 or 8 hours a night constantly, and they fall asleep at 10:30 on the dot, no problem at all, and wake up when the alarm goes off instantly, hop out of bed with a spring in their step, and you don't, don't compare yourself to them. Just you're living your own life, you're working on it, you're taking the next step by listening to these video blogs, you're learning new things about sleep, changing behaviors to improve your life. So that's your tip there for sleep. So thanks again. My name's Brendan Lumgear, the Sleep Guru, signing off. and encouraging you to breathe deeply. See, I needed that one too. Serve others from your heart, and sleep well tonight. Blessings on your journey. Namaste.